Let's take a look at Amazon Bedrock compare mode. This is a good way to really get into the details of what a particular model can do versus a maybe cheaper one. So if we look at this particular example here, let's first select the premium model that a lot of people like, which is Claude 3.5 Sonnet V2. And this has typically been a very good model for writing code, especially for writing code for me in Rust. And I'm going to first start off with a reasonably simple prompt here. We'll make it a little bit bigger here, and I'll go ahead and walk through what this does. So this says write a Rust function to task, takes input, returns output, show code and output, limit to 25 lines or less, no explanation, just code, always comment function with one line, explain what it does. And then I give an example. This is often a really, really good idea when you're building a prompt is with code, you can actually show the working code. And this is why non-programmers are skeptical sometimes of generative AI, is that they're speaking in natural language. If you're writing actual compiled code, it's a very different scenario. So in this case, we're giving an example of what I would like it to build. And I also am going to say in the console what I want it to show as a result. So this is something where I could maybe learn certain types of the standard library or learn, maybe even how to program in Rust. And that's what this prompt is for. So first up here, you can see I've selected all this. Now, how would I compare? Well, I would just go to compare mode, select here, and now it's going to remember all of those settings on the left, and I have to do different settings on the right. So I'm going to go to Anthropic, and I'm going to go to Haiku, which is much cheaper and faster, but slightly less good. And so let's go ahead and try that out, and we'll do the same thing. We'll make the system prompt a little bit bigger here, like that. There we go. And we can go ahead and paste this in. There we go. So once I pasted this in, then all I have to do to make this a little bit more intuitive is close this configuration. So now both are closed. I could always open either one up again, right? I could go here, right? Or I could go here and toggle things. But what's cool is that now I get to do a comparison, a side-by-side comparison. So we know from the prompt, I can just do, add function, and let's see what happens. Now, this is again a pretty good example of what starts to happen when you do a comparison here. As you go, whoa, wait a second here. The one on the left looks like exactly what I want. It's a commented function. It's got a main that shows me how to use that function. And then I also have the cargo run command. So this is really helpful for me. This is exactly what I want. Now, the one on the right is the formatting is all messed up. And, we could even try several different examples. We can do subtract, try it again. And you're going to see we're getting in a very deterministic way, non-determinism, right? So we're seeing that the one on the left is responding very well to this prompt. The one on the right is not. So this starts to get into a little bit of a problem that you can start to solve by looking at different prompts and maybe doing some kind of robustness comparison where you get maybe the prompt working first on the more evolved model. In this case, it would be Claude 3.5, but then you start to work with a more evolved model and say, hey, this is not working for me. Can you help me fix this other lower end model? And I found it actually is a reasonable approach. So really the approach to reduce the cost of using these models is to start with getting a good result first. You can do a comparison mode either with a local model or maybe another model in Bedrock, and then start to iterate through and even have the better model create the prompt for you for the cheaper version. I call this the Dracula scenario, where you can kind of suck the logic out of the other one, and eventually you can get similar results, and then you can do a comparison. So again, the Bedrock console here is invaluable to just make sure that you're getting deterministic behavior, even when the models themselves act in a very non-deterministic way.